Hi everyone, Nate here. Just wanted to show you one of my all-time favorite 9mm pistols. This is a Beretta Model 92 FS. Most people recognize it. This is actually a police model. You can see you have little hex screws in the grip panels. As far as I know, that's about the only difference between it and a civilian model, and the fact that this one came with 3 magazines and was shipped in a cardboard box. So far, this 9mm has been utterly reliable. Never had a single malfunction. It's extremely accurate. I've been able to easily stack the rounds in a Pepsi bottle at 70 yards offhand with it, which is really saying something for an automatic, for me anyway. The single action trigger pull is really what does that for me. It's amazing how quickly it resets. You know, after you've fired the pistol, it resets just off the back of the trigger guard. Doesn't take much to get it to reset. So follow-up shots are very quick and easy to obtain. The barrel is 4.9 inches long. The whole top of the slide is open. I think when this pistol qualified for military contract, it went through 160,000 rounds without a malfunction. And I believe it because I've never had a malfunction. I run some pretty dirty stuff through it. Mostly all I shoot nowadays is the 124 grain NATO rounds, and I love those. Perfect match to this pistol. Everything about it is very well made. It has a solid metal frame, which is some sort of aluminum. The slide is steel. I remember hearing, some little stories. I think it was sometime in the late 80s that some of the seals were having a problem with the frame. With the slide cracking right here where it gets thin with some of the high velocity rounds, basically a plus B plus, I believe, the submachine gun round. And supposedly Beretta remedied that by changing the metallurgy, I guess is how you say it, just a little bit, tweaking it. And I'm not sure if they beefed that up in there or not. I don't think so. I think they just changed the steel a little bit. But as you can see, this one's unloaded, no magazine. The single action trigger, you can see that it's right there is set. That's right on it. That's where it breaks at. Then when you drop the hammer, and you pull back as if the slide was chambering another round and set forward, that's reset right there. That has reset. So it's not that far for a reset. That's why I'm saying you can get really fast follow-up shots, extremely accurate. It's a very good looking pistol to me, and everybody knows this is a very large handgun for the 9mm round, but you're maximizing your velocity, you're getting exceptional accuracy, and you have 15 rounds in the magazine. I like the Beretta too because of its safeties. I like having the safeties. It just keeps me from shooting myself, I guess. I like having that right there. Whenever I'm carrying the pistol on me, I always keep a round in the chamber, and I keep that safety like that. And I can just flick it up when I'm ready to fire. And then you have a long double action trigger pull after that keeps you, if you fire the gun, you've done it intentionally. There's no accidents going to happen like that. Ergonomics, excellent. It fits my hand probably better than any handgun I've ever owned. The grip is kind of thick, has lots of texture to it, gives you a really good grip on it. It's very easy to take down and clean. You can do it in the field very easily. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and do that for you. Just lock the slide back like that. Push the slide lock up, and there's a little button on this side of the pistol. Just press that in, and there's a little deal here you flip down. Then you can release the slide, and it'll go all the way forward. Now you see you can get in there and clean every part of that frame. Nice and easy. and the slide. That's what you're looking at. Very easy to get in there. There's the recoil spring, the barrel assembly. There we go. Now you just, whenever you've locked the slide back, just press that back up and your slide is locked back on the pistol. I really enjoy shooting this pistol. It's a lot of fun to shoot. I think a lot of the reason is because it is so accurate. I find it to be exceptionally accurate. I believe that I could put rounds inside of a man's chest cavity at 150 yards with it fairly easily, offhand. And that's not bragging, that's just stating the capability of this pistol. It is an amazingly accurate handgun. I like the way the barrel is, it has a little bit of movement back and forth, but it doesn't tip up like you see in the Glocks and stuff like that. This follows the lines more of, I would say, the old P38s, German P30 or Walther P38. That's a highly accurate 9mm also, which was roughly the same size as the Beretta. And, the barrel was, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen one, you know that the barrel sticks out. The sight is mounted to the barrel right there, and the grip panels are just about as thick as this Beretta. But it had a single stack magazine, and I think it only held 8 rounds. This here you get a full 15 round magazine. They're metal, all metal. See, they taper at the top. Very easy to get in that gun. This is a super fast handling gun. Very easy to get on target quick. If you were looking for something for home defense that had low recoil, or a vehicle, or even something to carry in the woods, this would definitely do all of those purposes. And you know, the 9mm round, I've owned a lot of 45s thinking that bigger round was better, and in some cases it is. I would, you know, I mean, anything bigger is better, I guess, when you're trying to put a hole in the target. But you know, when you're dealing with some of the high velocity hollow points that we have today, like the Spear Gold Dots, and let's see, some of the XTP rounds that are available. The one thing I really like too is the new PDX1s, the 124 grain PDX1. I use that in my carry pistol, which is a little Smith & Wesson Shield, and I train with the Winchester NATO round, the 124 grain NATO round. And those PDX1s are some bad little rounds. They get perfect expansion in most cases, even when going through clothing and such. But if you have 15 of those sitting in a magazine like this, and you know, put 2 or 3 of them in a chest cavity, and they hit 2 or 3 inches, maybe even 4 or 5 inches apart, that's going to do a lot of damage inside of a chest cavity. 2, 3, 4 inches apart, you're going to have massive damage across that cavity, especially with 3 rounds in it. So I think it all around, you know, and that it is proven fact that this is one of the finest handguns in the world today, and that's proven by its use around the world by tons of different law enforcement agencies, military, and civilian use. Everybody knows what a Beretta is, and they know it's one of the finest pistols in the world. So I guess that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to brag on it a little bit. I think it's overlooked a lot nowadays because of its size. Everybody says, wow, that's a 9mm, that thing's huge, you know, and it is a large handgun. But there's a lot to be said about having a larger handgun. If you're carrying a full-size rifle, you want something that'll do carbine duty, this is the pistol. Definitely put you in that carbine range. So, till next time, folks, thanks for watching.